to open up and accept a truth in your heart, like our spirit knows. For myself, I am on the 16th degree, so be sure to look into your natal chart and see if you have any main stage ingredients connected to this moon that may be activated, spiritual bliss in that arena or area, or setting the stage for our boundaries. Do you have boundary issues? Scorpio is just that, boundaries, but it's also the potentials. It's the ending, knowing when to end and when to begin, like even just ending a relationship. And the moon in Taurus is all about manifesting the sauce. So it's being about opening up to manifest what your heart wants and accept that manifestation. Like,
Inshallah and Ashe. Sometimes I get lost in listening to myself. But welcome to a Freaky Friday. I'm a little slow today. I'm telling you, Mars retrograde in the season of my sun is making me slow down. It's behind me. You know what I'm saying? So welcome again to a Freaky Friday, and to all my replay and live stream viewers. Either way, grateful to have you here. And while we're waiting for people to hop on to the show, today's a day for exploring, going out on adventure, freedom and adventure, new opportunities, maybe new learnings, understandings, our soul's harmonics online, maybe new signs come in. Just going out like the journeyman, if you will, in the Fae. That's what came in for me, the journeyman. If you've watched my show before. Going out on a journey, going out into the world with our heart in tow, or the moon behind us. But our emotional field is going to assist us and guide us along this journey, this pathway, to where we are safe to expand, to explore our growth in our day-to-day life. What's at our heart's core processor? What does our heart believe to be worth the adventure, this exploration, and what's the pathway to begin on, because we're ending a way too familiar one. So it's like exploring the unfamiliar while we are out and about, seeing something new with new eyes, the eye of God, if you will, or seeing through rose-colored glasses, and learning where we do feel comfortable and where we do not feel comfortable, the uncomfortableness. So it's like, do we need to access more of these lines, these thread lines, the between us and the world outside of us, the in-between lines? That would make us feel literally more comfortable and in our skin, climbing into our skin, while we're navigating the world, kind of like a sailor exploring places that our heart dreams of. And when we are in our skin, we do literally feel more comfortable. We are embodied, and the more likely we're open up to expand, or expanding into the unseen worlds, the opportunities and the doors begin to open. So you may feel or start to kind of notice where you may have had some old patterning, maybe some outdated beliefs, or even some wounds that are outdated, that nobody wants to hear anymore. Those stories that have been one and done too many times. So this discomforting sensation kind of leads to a self-realization. And then the healing comes to a new structured belief, like taking a deep breath and waking up to a profound awakening in a belief, possibly a dream state streamed in. But if you are new to my live streams or my show, welcome to today's Daily Snippet, Freaky Friday. I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is a combination of it all. And my intention is to utilize the indigenous technologies along with the elemental realms, which is my playground, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic, which is online today, through these realms, elemental, imaginal, and into and through the shamanic portal, our 8th energetic center, the cosmos, the subtle realms, and really so much more, with offerings, prescriptions, and rituals, the otherworldly kind, I may add. Adding to the juice, the sauce of your main stage ingredients within your own personal container, your personal medicine, your prime directive, really just assisting you in discovering or navigating your inner genius, your personal medicine, the star that I innately believe we all are, really reintroducing you to that magical essence, the being that resides within each and every one of us, so that our light can shine even brighter. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. I promise it's going to get a makeover. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please do, YouTube or otherwise. I've got some flavors out there. Tanya D on YouTube. I guess you could just do @Tanya D and find me there. And my Musing with Tanya D podcast. This season's coined the Otherworldly Insights. out for your musing pleasure. If you have a theme for next year, be sure to comment. I'm kind of musing about some themes for 2023. I have some ideas, but I'd love to hear yours. But the season of Scorpio, we do have Hades. We've got Pluto in the house. It's really about setting the shaman's portal, our soul star, our 8th energetic center, the mystical and the imaginal, my favorite realm, one of them. Actually, they're all kind of my favorite. What am I saying? But let's also give a big shout out to the community, the village, new subscribers. Thank you for joining me. And also those of you that have been a part of my journey since the beginning. What a wild ride. Grateful for that. And also, if you are tuning into the replay, holla. And again, if you don't mind hitting the bell button, and yes, if you don't know, it's a white button now, so you're notified. And remember, a comment or a share does get you a message for your day or the weekend to get you on your way. It really does help with echoing out the algorithm that's ever changing out into the galactic universe, the matrix. But we are healing the thread lines, the insights of the other world, the world of spirit, our ancestors, the subtle energies, the elementals, source, and the cosmos, and so much more. It's a layering of, or a kind of a mapping, our own energetic mapping system within the elementals into the cosmos, and so much more, quite frankly. You can also find me on other social channels like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, where I'm streaming. Hi, you're over here streaming, by the way. However, if your soul is nudging you, possibly, most likely, dragging, kicking, and screaming, that's usually what happens. Those energetic hiccups are appearing everywhere. To dive on deeper into the other worlds in those realms, head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is my digital library in the sky. It's a pie in the sky, really. It's a venue where you do have some amazing opportunities and options to assist you and guide you, along with a private sacred circle, a community, a village to utilize as well. I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do need an otherworldly life coach assistant to really get us out of our own way, the magic that resides within us. And if your soul is really calling out to you, join the Shamanic Healing Academy, just new on the horizon here. And you can see what's in the sauce there. You've got opportunity of the mentorship or membership, 2 different kind of threads there. But we are in the threads of our subconscious in a way today, possibly coming to a conclusion, even in otherworldly. I almost said underworldly. It could be both. Just understanding of what we will be updating within our beliefs around our personal stage and our boundaries in our personal day-to-day realm. So there's an optimism in the air, a courageous, optimistic venue, a willingness even to go where no being has ever gone before. It's the starry, starry night, beyond the normal, the other worlds, even the underworld, since that's on my peripheral. The curiosity to question everything, the unseen, the hidden, the desire to peek into a secret, even a secret society maybe. The energy of Scorpio is here to teach us to get the memo before we go off peeking into the unknown. So really checking our foundation, our sacred spheres, our sacred foundation, our boundary structure, and asking ourselves if it's aligned and in place, or are they weak? Kind of like our passwords. When a computer says that you have a weak password, I know I have those, but checking your foundation before you're taking the towel, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, taking the towel and doing something new. We do have the sun and the moon kind of coagulating. So this is love and emotions, the beating heart, the emotional field. Seriously, it's a holy communion. It is the Trinity, having entered or passed through the door of that spiritual integrity that I talked about yesterday. So you may even feel like a light warrior, more courageous than normal today, than your everyday warrior. You might be able to literally take it to the limits in your everyday, where you're expanding your life, expanding your boundaries out into the outer world, the outer life, the outer rims, if you will. Even of those energy centers, they do have rims. Maybe you want more freedom in redefining or refining your rules, relationships or otherwise, seeking maybe to establish a footing into something, holding the ground, if you will. I kind of see like the gate of a horse track and the horses are at the gate. But before doing this expanding, even though our heart's desire is for it, it's at that higher octave. It's mostly about investigating it, investigative reporter, seeing what's under the sheets, what's hidden before taking the action. So our boundaries are fluid like emotions. So expand what should be, if you were to expand something in your day to life, kind of get a feeling for that. What feels the best is the factor to determine what can you heartfelt believe inside of you. and what is the most fitting and comfortable placement of a boundary. So it's like trying on new clothes. Like I have to feel the fabric. I have to feel the shoe on my foot. I have to feel myself walking in it, right? To be embodied in the wardrobe. That's what we're doing with these boundaries. So they're like creature comforts of like online buying. I really have to feel stuff unless it's a book. But even then, that's a challenge. If you saw my Amazon account, billions of books there. But even books are a challenge because I have to sit with it and make sure my heart wants it. That might be my reflector side. I'm just saying out loud. I'm kind of a book slut. Anybody else a book slut out there or a book whore? I'm not kidding, but I am kidding. So I said that actually once. The mind is really a curious tool, but the person I said it to was totally taken off guard. There's different kinds of sluts and whores and singularities, right? Anyway, back to the show. So understanding the thread lines, exploring our heart. What does our heart believe and how does it feel when we put on to wear it, or does it fit? The wardrobe, does it fit? Is it fitting? It's really a full-on wardrobe. It's restyling it if that was put into a physical perspective, you know. Do the earrings match? Does the jacket go along? Are you comfortable in those clothes? It's like all in this labor of a boundary, the entire outfit, and be understanding to your soul and even less uncertain what that even looks like. Oh goodness, I forgot to put my little options up there. I apologize, I'm ahead of myself, and my options are on the other screen. However, we do have a nice stream, getting in the flow, just a nice stream. And the one up there, you would think it was billowing clouds, but that's also it's a raging river. That's awesome, but it did remind me of clouds. So we've got a stream, a raging river, and a delicious waterfall. Those are your options for the messages today. Go ahead and comment those in, and I'm just going to pull this little thing over here because I kind of like it over here to the right. There we go. Now I'm happy. Okay, back to the elemental highway, which is also pretty interesting. We've got a cocky kind of a day on the elemental highway. A Yin Metal Rooster, so kind of watching our cocky words. It's the lung, the large intestine, oxygenation, breath work, venous circulation when it comes to the heart versus cardio, red blood, different flowing chambers there. But it's like cockle-doodle-doo. It's similar to yesterday, but this is more inward. It's inside of us. So it's that inner solitude. We do get a new month animal next week, by the way, so I'm kind of excited. The pig will be online. Super saucy, juicy, especially next to the tiger. So it's going to feel probably kind of giddy, where people are too busy being giddy that they forget what's going on around them, which might not be so bad. But our day is strong. However, it's a different element than yesterday. We had a lot of yang metal yesterday, total scratchy kind of feeling, abrupt. Where today is more refined, still a little scratchy. Yesterday was weak. It did have some strength surrounding it. The yang water in the year is actually polishing up our yin metal day like a shiny penny, and the tiger is still loosening up the earth. Fire is not necessary. It's going to produce more earth and bury our day. But we do have the elementals there, so I'm not too worried about the element of fire if you need to light your inner fires. We do have a lot of options again. Fire could be an elemental, but we do have metal. We also have nature and water, and fire creating ash, more dry earth. We don't really need metal, actually, but we do need part of the other elementals to bring balance, more of the yin, because we do have the yang out there. Metal is obviously the least needed element, so we do have decisions, being the boss, creating a structure, leadership, coming to the foundation. We're refining things, pruning our trees, cleaning up things. Yeah, metal, the fall, right? We're cleaning up the fall. So this would be a self-led person. The energy is coming from the year and going towards our day instead of streaming from our day to our day master, the opposing direction that we had. So the energy is coming towards us, which is great for a change. It's a great day to network. It's refined communication that's coming in on the month. So this is like social media marketing, gaining followers, connecting with people. And the year has the performer god, so it's performing our talents, being out on the stage, sharing our light, our star, just networking through to get us to the stage or being on the stage. It's a great day to be an influencer, if that's your story, your gig. And again, since I missed up on my announcements, I'll throw this out there. We've got a nice little stream. We've got a raging river that looks like clouds, and we've got a waterfall. As far as options go, I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling towards. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling maybe the stream. I need a peaceful stream. Anyway, a few announcements. I see that you are all enjoying the Musing Moon meditation, the prelude, the Beaver blood moon, the intensity there. There's a lot of cosmic energy streaming in. And again, out for your musing pleasure, be sure to tune in if you haven't. Subscribe on YouTube so you're notified as well, or the Musing News, and it's going to show up in your inbox weekly, by the way. But being in the season of Scorpio, this energy of transformation, the rise of the phoenix, maybe coming out from underneath the sand, hiding under the sheets. This is really playing out in our day-to-day world, holding a high note. So we are kind of already still in the streams or feeling the streams of the full moon that's coming. Today we did have access, and yesterday, into the realms of spirit with the moon in Pisces, shining to the sun, doing the dance, the sun and the moon, which is still in that frequency today. It's still in that prelude with the moon. So we're feeling into what we sense with the moon in Pisces, and along with Scorpio, sensing the boundaries, sensing spirit. I would be creating sacred space and meditating and channeling myself, which is a normal space for me. But I've also dedicated the new podcast to Pluto, the god of the underworld. That'll be coming out on Monday. And again, released on the highway, if you haven't checked it out, the Shamanic Healing Academy. I'm super excited about this. I'm like way beyond excited. Let's be real. There's a hub there, and you have some options to be a part of it. The doors are open. I'm still nipping and tucking for you. You have a membership option or a mentorship option. I'm really about opportunities and options. However, for the first 20 people, not only do you get Soliciting Solitude in your venue for free, normally it's $111. It's a library of growing meditations, but you also are going to get a 15-minute intuitive divination session with yours truly, the magical essence of myself. And I also am giving out the Energy Body Demystified, which is normally $888 in value, possibly more actually, for free. So you decide, a $55 a month for a membership to get in, or really almost $1,000+ opportunity if I was to separate them so far. So options, I'm always about options. Or the mentorship to take it up a notch and listen to your soul, but navigating your spirits. So being that it's a magnetic day of these energies, the sun and the moon, it's really quite delicious, I should say. Our Shamans portal is open, along with some other aspects within ourselves, which is also super saucy, I want to say. We've got the Soul's Harmonic. Where's my brain going? The Soul's Harmonic, sorry, the Shaman's portal, our heart, and our sacral. Woo! So we've got options. We can do some little ping-ponging here. But off to the messages for today. We do have, let's see, right here. So if you chose the nice streaming water, this is the arrow, the 3, which is what our heart believes. When we feel it and we love it, we can believe it. And that is the energy of today. When spirit adds the long pour into our chalice, the divine love, we believe differently and we feel differently. It's like spirit is filling up our container with the good feels, along with our heart and our soul, being on target, being true to our calling, releasing attachments. So it's this moment when our intention meets the material world, and the arrow symbolizes the need to set our creativity free. And being otherworldly, it's the medicine, right? We got to prescribe the medicine. It's time to admit that maybe continuing on the path that you're on, you might be actually just shooting the arrow in your own foot or stubbing your own toe. So being too attached to the game, you've possibly missed your own mark. But often the arrow isn't intended to land where we want it to. We kind of get in our own way of our magic. It's a message to really take the time, the space, regroup all your energetic fields, and ask yourself if what you desire is really worth your time and your energy. So it's kind of a sign that there's something better that's in the waiting field. I'd be considering, I'd be reflective on the wisdom, the innate wisdom of not getting what you want. What's the message there? Suffering in this case is a pathway to heal those parts of us that really feel unworthy, unvalued. I go to the unfamiliar, but the parts that worry that they're not enough, that happens a lot. We worry that we're not enough. Really making peace, water, with those voices inside of ourselves, those inner voices. So what is authentically yours will be waiting for you when you're ready to open that door. Next, if you chose the Raging Waters, oh, let me get rid of that. I'm telling you, I'm having a day. Woo! The Staff, the 51. So this is loving the force field that we have created or installing a field of protection around being mindful, a new attitude, a fresh idea that your heart can open up to accept, something that your heart can open up to believe in. Reminds me of Poison, the song. I'm on one today, but it's a symbol. It's a symbol of authority. It holds extreme power, tempering those extremes, helping to find the right course of action, and in the middle way, all while maintaining balance as we walk in that direction, balancing the scales. If you thought of Moses, or actually I'm thinking of Merlin as well, imagine, if you will, carrying the serpent's staff through the desert and being able to summon the power of nature to heal or call in adversity like plagues. But the staff is this reminder of the impertinence of all things, that our authority must come from our deep longing to serve, to be satiated in a way. So it's an invitation, a knowing of how to flow easily between these dualities, these polarities, and how to weigh in literally on all possibilities, endless possibilities, unlimited possibilities, and knowing instinctively the right path to select, which gets laid before us. So it's like trusting our innate wisdom, the ancient wisdom in our bones, and taking the first step on the journey that our heart has already embarked on, and using the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided or separated, to create that delicate balance between what your heart wants and the surrendering. It really kind of is the Merlin staff, if you will. Okay, and if you chose the delicious waterfall, you get completion, which completing things, right? This is great. It's the cycle of completion. It's the heartfelt action that we take to initiate feeling safe and protected. We've adjusted our boundary lines. We've come complete circle within a boundary, releasing one boundary so a new one can flow in, and believing heartfelt in those structures. So did you notice? Maybe you didn't, but we did have a 3, 6, and 9 today, each of the cards. The first one was a 3, the next one was a 6, and this is a 9. Just curious. So this is the beginning, the middle, and the ending. It's the nature of life. It's the cycle of the seasons, the seed, the flower, the fruit of all of our relationships, all of our relations. So it's a suggestion of the fullness of the moment, the need to transform from the old into the new one, the frequency of today as well. It's the medicine, being otherworldly. Maybe we're clinging to the old form, which is only going to bring us more decay, more energetic hiccups, where the fruit often, if we leave it too long on the vine, it rots. If we leave food too long in the fridge, it spoils, gets moldy, right? And we know that it's time to move on. However, we often feel reluctant. So don't be afraid of hurting anybody's feelings. Often we do that too much. But remember that we are the only one responsible for our actions. And no action is an action, by the way, not the action of others. So, you know, mourning is a great thing. Grieving is a great thing. It's healing to release what we've lost so we can move forward or towards a new juncture, a new adventure. It's okay to be sad, but don't be sad. Be like the sun. In the middle of the day, it brings the light so we can shine on, doing its thing, doing its dance. It's not longing for the sunrise or dreading a sunset, the dusk. It's the sun and the moon literally doing the dance. So this transformation is really on the highway today. So with the heart center, our shaman's portal, the sacral, the Trinity is really on, along with our soul's harmonic. That's like the beacon that's going to shine these lights, these rays down to us, creating sacred space, learning something new, going where no boundary has ever gone before. Maybe you need to restructure those sacred shapes, whether it's a circle, a square, a triangle. I mean, we've got options, or a spiral. Maybe your spiral needs to flow the other direction. The soul's harmonic. Allow spirit to show you. And the elementals, fire, nature, water, dry earth. So we've got some options. Dry earth, maybe from the fire, you know, turning to ash. Hot, warm earth. The yam and the vam channels, the sacral and the heart. So feelings, needing some love, tone that, the vam. The heart maybe needing some juice would be the yam, feeling yummy. And I would say that literally I am free to be wild. Another song's coming in, born to be wild. I am free, or I was born to be wild and flow around all the worlds. I would be excited about a heartfelt journey, opening your heart to a new way of believing, the impossible dream possibly. And again, the Shamanic Healing Academy is open. The doors are limited, or actually they're really not, but they're limited to the first 20 people are going to get a intuitive divination session with me, plus all the other goodies, the soul listening solitude, the energy body demystified. So again, yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited for this. But you can pay full for each of those or get them for just $55 a month. We have options, so make that a magical weekend. Go off foraging, if you will. Go off exploring different kinds of foraging. We got to get out of our mind there. Just navigating a new thread line. And with that, Ahhh, blessings to you. And thanks for joining me today. I always appreciate that. And I will see you on the other side. Ahhh.